Throughout the history of Christianity, power has been associated with men. Women played major roles in their families, but rarely on national levels. However, a few women shifted the paradigm. In a patriarchal society, some women rise above the patriarch. A handful of women in the history of Christianity surpassed all societal expectations of biblical times. Women in history had their spheres of influence despite male dominance. To rise above a culture where their sexuality was not acknowledged was miraculous. A culture whose inheritance and marital laws favored men and ostracized women made it difficult for any female to get through. Despite the male dominance factor, the ascendancy of these 6 women was noteworthy enough to be biblically recorded in the history of Christianity. Miriam, the first female prophetess in the history of Christianity. Miriam is the first woman in the history of Christianity to be a prophetess. She is acknowledged both in the Talmud, which is the source from which the code of Jewish law is derived, and the Torah, which means instructions, and is made up of the first 5 books of the Old Testament. She was instrumental in saving her brother Moses' life. Moses went on to become the most important Jewish prophet, writing the first 5 books of the Old Testament and giving the 10 Commandments handwritten by God to the Israelites. Deborah. The prophetess and the only female judge mentioned in the Bible, known for her fearlessness, wisdom, leadership, courage, and obedience to God. She led Israel to a military victory over the Canaanites, a formidable enemy, by directing Barak to lead the army. Her role as a leader and judge during a tumultuous time for Israel demonstrates her strength, faith, and judicial and military leadership, showcasing her as a model of female leadership and prophetic authority, Judges 4-5. She was a prophetess and the 4th judge of pre-monarchic Israel. The only other person referred to as both a prophet and a judge in the Bible is Samuel. That places Deborah amongst the great people mentioned in the Bible. Ruth. Ruth, a Moabite widow, is celebrated for her loyalty, kindness, and faithfulness. Her decision to stay with Naomi, her Israelite mother-in-law, after the death of her husband, and her subsequent loyalty show a profound commitment to family and faith. Ruth's story is also significant for her role in the lineage of King David and ultimately Jesus Christ, demonstrating how loyalty and faith can integrate one into the heart of God's redemptive history. The book of Ruth, Queen Esther, the Israeli liberator. An example of beauty, humility, brains, and courage. Esther's courage and strategic thinking are prominently displayed in the book that bears her name. As a Jewish queen of the Persian king Xerxes the Wise, she risked her life to save her people from genocide. Her intelligence, coupled with her bravery in approaching the king uninvited, a move that could have led to her death, resulted in the Jewish people being saved from destruction. Esther's story is a powerful example of courage, faith, and advocacy within a hostile environment. Book of Esther, Mary, mother of Jesus. Mary's faith and obedience are highlighted when she accepts the call to be the mother of Jesus, despite the social and personal risks involved. Her willingness to submit to God's plan, despite its incomprehensibility and the potential for social ostracization, showcases her as a model of faith and trust in God. Her role in the Christian narrative is pivotal, as she is the mother of the Messiah, making her influence immeasurable. Luke 1:26-38. Lydia, mentioned in the Acts of the Apostles, is recognized as the first documented European convert to Christianity. A successful businesswoman dealing in purple cloth, she was known for her hospitality and support of Paul and Silas in their missionary work. Lydia's conversion and subsequent baptism, along with her household, signify the expansion of Christianity outside Jewish territories and her role as a leader in the early Christian church, Acts 16-14-15. These women, through their faith, courage, wisdom, and actions, played crucial roles in biblical history and left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire.